Okay, welcome back to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Abomination Vaults. We've done pretty good work, actually, on the second level. I think we're nearly done with it. The only thing we have left is these few rooms over here to the east, and this island over here. No, we did that already. So that room to the east, we didn't deal with the river drake or the brown mold. And that's kind of it, actually. We've done good work. It's been harrowing, for sure, but we've done good work. So, last time, at the end, we leveled up to level 3. And so I did spend some time leveling up. So Botha now, her big thing with level 3 is that she gets rank 2 spells. And I just decided the best thing to do. I didn't really even look at her second rank spells. I probably should have. But I was so excited because now we get the Cave Scorpion. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. She's just going to get 2 of those. I probably should look at some other spells. But for now, she's got those heightened to level rank 2. For rank 1 then, to fill the gaps, we've got 2 heals. And I threw Runic Weapon on there, which is still useful even though everyone has +1 weapons. Because it will increase the number of weapon damage dice to 2, which is pretty nice, actually, for a whole battle. She does have to touch the weapon, which is kind of annoying, but yeah. And then when I was looking around at other spells and things like that, and what people were saying, it was like shockingly unanimous, pun intended, that I guess the best cantrip of all is Electric Arc. And I can see. It targets 1 or 2 creatures within 30 feet and has heightened +1, so it constantly gets better as you level up. And base does 2d4 electricity damage to both creatures with a basic reflex save. And you generally want save abilities versus like attack roll abilities. And so now at level 3, it will deal 3d4 electricity damage to 2 creatures on reflex save. Which averages out to not a drastic amount. It averages out to like 7.5 or something damage. But still, you know, it's Caustic Blast. We've had the issue of our allies have kind of been in the way. And also, you know, it has a minimum damage of like 1. Whereas this, 3d4, the minimum is 3. Which isn't great, but, you know. So yeah, that's kind of nice. Other stuff, not a whole lot to say. I grabbed Ancestral Paragon, which gave her another ancestral feat, so I took Natural Skill and Religion and Athletics. And then she's now an expert in Nature, so now with Assurance, she can automatically heal. She never has to roll if she doesn't want to for treat wounds. Nothing too exciting there except the Cave Scorpion, which is going to be great. For Wibble, we have Keen Recollection, which doesn't really matter for us because we're trained in practically everything. And Skillful Lessons, which gave us a free skill feat. So I went with Bargain Hunter. We can earn income using diplomacies, spending our days hunting for bargains and reselling at a profit. We can also spend time specifically sniffing out a great bargain on an item. So it's as if we were earning income with diplomacy, but we would reduce the cost of an item. I don't know how good it is. I don't know how much it'll come up, but again, there's not that many great skill feats. For general feats, I went with magical crafting. This allows us to craft magic items, which I think is kind of pretty useful. You can just buy everything for the most part, except for, you know, at higher levels, obviously. So we can buy everything now if we wanted to. We get formulas for 4 common magic items of 2nd level or lower. So I grabbed healing potions, first rank, scrolls, weapon potency +1, and monkey pins, which you can activate to give you +1 to climb action and lets you move at full speed during a climb. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of these we'll make. We probably should make some first rank scroll spells, because that could be nice to have on hand. You know, if we're trying to make Wibble, you know, all around versatility sort of stuff, it would help him to have a bunch of scrolls on hand. So we might look into that. Nothing else to really say there. Garzeal, obviously also pretty basic stuff. We got Ancestral Paragon as well for Orc Ferocity. So once per day when we would go to 0, we can instead go to 1 and increase our wounded condition by 1. And of course he got the shield ally thing. So it bumps up his shield to just stupid numbers at this point. 96 health, 10 hardness, 48 threshold. Pretty damn nice. And he's got an AC of 23 when his shield is raised. Can't complain about most of that stuff. Also, there was another thing I was looking at. I was looking at a way, like, how can I trip with a shield? And there is an item called a shield. Shield. It's shield something. Fuck. It had a really, like, shield augmentation. That's what it is. So shield augmentation. You can, it's 8 silver. And you slap it onto a shield, and it gives you 1 or more weapon traits. You can take backswing or forceful, or 2 of the following: disarm, non-lethal, shove, thrown 10 feet, trip, or versatile S. And so with that, we can actually do trip attempts with our shield in our hand. And we can also throw on shove, I guess. Right now in Foundry, there's no way to actually assign that to our shield, unfortunately. So we just have to remember that we can trip and shove with it. But yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, because he is an expert in athletics. Finally, last time we did lose Buzzard. Sad to say, we will remember him in our heart of hearts for all time. But we have to move on, so we had to find a 4th character to replace him. And I was looking over things, and I was looking at fighter, and I was like, I just don't want a fighter. It's just too boring for me. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go with a ranger, and we'll go with, like, you know, a fighter ranger, basically. Anything but a fighter. And looking at, like, ranger guys, they're like, for most of these builds, you're probably just going to want a fighter. Because it's just better. But fuck it. And looking at race, I wanted something weird, of course. So we have a Minotaur named Hagron Wolfsnout. Is he good? I don't know. It's hard to really make, like, a poor character. I mean, we did find a way with Wibble, but most of the time, you know, the basic sort of 4 strength, wielding a weapon, charging into battle, like, it'll do stuff, you know? So yeah, he's got 4 strength, 3 con, 2 dex. He's built like a fucking fighter for the most part. But he is he's a little horn minotaur. And so that makes his size medium instead of large. It lowers the damage of his horns, but it gives them the agile trait. And that's the medium part is pretty important because he's a ranger. So he's going to get an animal companion. Okay, so we've got animal companion. So I don't know all the rules for that. I didn't look that up, and you can't do that on Path Builder, I think, without, like, paying for it or something. So we can get a rhino. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, rhino is apparently good. I can just take a rhino? That can't be correct. There has to be... I have to look at all the rules. I mean, hell yeah, I'd want a fucking rhinoceros, don't get me wrong. But we need to see the rules. Your animal companion has the animal and minion traits, gains 2 actions during turn if you use the command an animal action to command it. You don't need to attempt a nature check, blah, blah, blah. If your companion dies, you can spend a week of downtime to replace it at no cost. Well, there's your downtime right there if you got a ranger in the party. The following are the base statistics for a young animal companion. You adjust these depending on the type of animal you choose. Okay, let me just see if there's a way to automate any aspect of this in Foundry. Create a PC actor, add the class Animal Companion and Ancestry, example Gorilla. From the new compendium. I might not have that. They're mentioning Animal Companion compendia. I may have to pause this real quick. But okay, so we're going to have an Animal Companion. His rhinoceros will be named... Grandu. And his class... See, yeah, I think I might have to download that compendia. Okay, give me a second. We'll continue with this. Okay. So I've got the Animal Companion ancestries here, so I guess we'll just take Rhinoceros. And there's Bronduan Rhinoceros. So that's good. Your Animal Companion's level is equal to yours, so that's level 3 now. That's great. 35 health for the Companion. Excellent. Proficiencies. Your Animal Companion's trained its unarmed attacks, unarmed defense, barding, all saving throws, perception, acrobatics, athletics. Okay. I assume it automated many aspects of that. Yeah, it's got horns. It's trained in some stuff. Okay. Your rhino swings its heavy head to unbalance your enemy. The first creature within your rhino's reach that you hit and deal damage to before the start of your turn becomes Clumsy 1 until the end of your next turn. Wow. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Okay. You or an ally can ride your animal companion as long as it is at least one size larger than the rider. How would I even know what size this thing is? I mean, really, where would that information be? I would assume... oh, right here. He's already large? Even as a young companion? That can't be accurate. Cannot be accurate. Yeah, I don't know what else I have to really do for him, though. I mean, I don't know what he would get. Okay, here's your big list on Archives of Nethys. Rhino seems like a really min-max choice, though, by the way. Fact that it's already large. Yep. Yep, that's correct. That's all correct. And then its advanced maneuver is Rhinoceros Charge. I don't know when exactly you get that, but sure, I guess that's it. It's that simple. There's not really many choices to make outside of what animal you want. So, pretty simple. And I can ride them, which is kind of sweet. Uh, yeah, it's pretty good. I think we need probably a few more rulings for me to really understand. Like, you know, mounted rulings. Okay. I see all that. All right, let me look up mounted. Mounted combat. So if I was a normal Minotaur, a large Minotaur, I wouldn't be able to ride him. But since we're medium, it's all good. Your mount acts on your initiative. You must use the command and animal action to get your mount to spend its action. If you have the ride general feat, you succeed automatically when you command an animal that's your mount. But we don't need that because we have a companion. If you are mounted on a horse and you make 3 attacks, your horse would remain stationary since you didn't command it. Oh, okay. So you have to spend an action to give 2 actions to the animal. And you can't, I guess, move. You have to have your animal, command your animal to move, which makes a lot of sense. You and your mount fight as a unit. Consequently, you share a multiple attack penalty. Ah. Attackers can target either you or your mount. An area effect affects both of you as long as you're both in the area. Because your mount is larger than you and you share its space, you have lesser cover against attacks targeting you when you're mounted, if the mount would be in the way, as determined by the GM. Okay. Also, you take a -2 circumstance penalty to reflex saves while mounted. Additionally, the only move action you can use is the mount action to dismount. Okay. This all makes quite a bit of sense. Pretty simple. I just want to see how people handle it on Foundry. course, there's a module. There's a module called Rideable. To mount, select a group token, press M, or use the mount macro while targeting or hovering another token. Upon mounting, the module will spread the mounted token on the ridden token and increase their Z height relative to the ridden token. The mounted token will always move with the ridden token. Does seem pretty simple and good. Guess I gotta go install that module. Hold on. Okay. So, we've got Brondu. He's in here. We need the image for a rhinoceros. And I already know there's an easy peasy one. Bestial mammalian rhinoceros. Done. There's Brondu. Okay, and if we put Brondu, oh, he's a fucking big boy. Dude, yeah, we're not gonna be able to ride him everywhere. He is really. I don't think we can even take him upstairs. He's massive. What the fuck? There are a lot of locations we will not be able to squeeze him through. Look at this. Look at. Oh my god, Abomination Vaults is not designed to accommodate bigger boned creatures. He'll have to take the squeeze action, won't he? Squeeze. You contort yourself to squeeze through a space so small you can barely fit through. This action is for exceptionally small spaces. Many tight spaces are difficult terrain you can move through more quickly and without a check. Okay. A large creature can go through a 5-foot wide space by treating it as difficult terrain or greater difficult terrain. It's not terribly inconvenient until you have to climb a rope. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, because obviously, you know, humans are not 5 feet wide, and this rhino is not 10 feet wide. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So really, it's just like humans, the average medium creature can just walk through all these hallways and stairs, no problem. But I think you actually would have treated this passage here as difficult terrain because this is not 5 foot wide. Whereas the rhinoceros would actually have to squeeze to get through it. So he'd actually have to do a roll to see if he could actually go through and contort himself. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But it is... It's more comical than anything. Really. You big boy. Okay, so we're going to click here and click M. And sure enough, he's mounted. God, that's even more comical. What the fuck? Okay, well, there's our new party. So anyways, Hagrid. We were talking about him. So, Minotaur is apparently, like, brand new, I guess? It seems wild. I don't know if it's brand new in a remastered version or just brand new to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. But I actually had to update the Pathfinder module because they, like, just added it to Foundry because the book for the Howl of the Wild, like, just came out. And so I thought I had to update Pathfinder and Foundry because I knew they came out with version 12 and I hadn't updated yet because I was like in the middle of this. But I was like, oh well, I'm really set on Minotaur now, so I guess I'll update everything. But it turns out that no, they have a new Pathfinder 6.0 whatever for the new version, but that doesn't have the Howl of the Wild stuff because they have to fix some things with that. So the Howl of the Wild stuff was added to a different version for the not new version of Foundry. So I had to do I went through a lot of back and forth and like re-download, just downgrading and up. It was a mess. And then it turns out I could have just gone to the game system tab and clicked update on Pathfinder and it would have been done. So I wasted a lot of time doing that. But now we have Minotaurs. And as a ranger, he has the hunt prey action, which is one action. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff related to tracking and blah, blah, blah. You can only have one prey hunted at a time. But most importantly, it enables our Hunter's Edge ability. And we went with Flurry. So this lessens quite a bit the multiple attack penalty. So instead of a -5 for our second attack, it's a -3 on our hunted target. And the third attack is a -6 instead of 10. So we are encouraged to attack multiple times, which is pretty good. And then I went with Minotaur Weapon Familiarity, which gave us familiarity with battle axes. I assume I wouldn't have it normally. I don't know. I didn't even look before I just took it. So I was like, yeah, battle axe sounds awesome. So I don't know. And then we have Initiate Warden. So I feel like I took... Okay, it offered me these 3. But on Path Builder, it offered me quite a few more. Not a huge amount more. So I assume it's valid. So the spell I took was Slime Spit. I don't know. It seemed cool. It's 2 actions. And you spit toxic goo into your target's face and eyes, dealing 2d6 poison damage. And then it has to attempt a reflex save. Success is half damage, but it becomes dazzled for 1 round, although it can interact to wipe its eyes. Failure, though, full damage, dazzled until the end of your turn. No interact. So, yeah. And actually, it's automatically heightened because it's a focus spell. So, it's 4d6 poison damage right now. Is it the best spell I could have picked from this? I don't know. I could have picked Heal Companion to just heal my companion for 2d10 health. 2d10 plus 16. Which is quite a bit. I don't know. I wanted Slime Spit. Sue me. And we've got Catfall, and I took Fleet. Although now that I think about it, I think I picked this before I picked Animal Companion. So this is... Let's change this, actually. We don't need this. I guess it's useful if I'm off my mount. But there's got to be some better stuff. Titan Wrestler. Which lets us trip or disarm creatures up to 2 sizes larger than me. Because we are also experts in athletics, and we are using a one-handed weapon. So, we're going to go for trips as well. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good fun. So what is this character really? I don't know. It's a fighter with a big rhinoceros. That's what it is. Okay. Anyways. Rondu. Okay, we need light. Aziz, light. There you go. Okay, so whoops. Garziel will be opening this door to this short hallway. Then he'll open this door. Shelves line the walls of this room, each filled with tools used for cleaning or repair work. A silver-headed cane lies amid a tangle of mops, brooms, and buckets. The devil in area B27 investigates any noise here. There's a cool cane here. We'll attempt to move it without causing a noise. Would I, though? Would I even care? Would Garziel even care? Would Wibble even care? Would anyone care? We make a lot of noise. I don't know if we care. I don't think we're going to care. But it's an agile, concealable finesse weapon. And it's made from silver. That probably has some bearing at some point. So we're just going to take this. So we're rummaging around in there. Wibble's in here. You know, he finds the cane. Garziel's in here. And fucking Brondu. What the fuck, Brondu? He's here. He's in the wall. And then I guess this is the devil that, like, investigates. The walls of this room have been painted crudely and almost childishly to depict a horrific hellscape of burning mountains, rusting cities, and tormented souls. Belcora used several bound devils as minions and guardians, mostly in lower levels of the Abomination vaults. The lesser of the two devils she assigned to the upper levels is a hapless Zebub named Zolzlerin. Sounds like fucking constipation medicine or something, I don't know. A chubby, fly-bodied devil, Zolzlerin is bound to this level as an eternal janitor. He's contractually required to spend 18 hours each day in this room, and he has done his best to paint the walls to remind him of home. For the other 6 hours each day, he's compelled to buzz out into the surrounding complex to clean and dust. Thanks to Belcora's cruel sense of humor, Zolzlerin is required to spend at least 3 of those hours cleaning the dusty walls and floors of the dungeon with his tongue. But to the hopeless Zebub, this indignity is nothing compared to the fact that he has been forced to live here on the material plane for much longer than his bargain originally required. Okay. He's just going to attack because he's frustrated, of course. And if reduced to 10 or fewer hit points, he begs for his life, offering to share a special memory as a reward. Alright, well, let's get into combat. First combat at level 3. Yes, and please exclude Brondu from initiative. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Do not... No, that's not valid. Okay, I have to actually change him. Yes, I know he's already rolled initiative. Can you not? There you go. I mean, I'd like him to roll initiative all the time. Intimidation all the time, but that's not going to happen. Okay, Zolzlerin is going first. No. Oh, look at this thing. Holy shit. You got some wild artists over there at Paizo. Okay. Infernal Eye, 3 actions. Nope, that's not going to be used in combat. Okay. Greater Dark Vision, Telepathy, +1 stash, all saves versus magic. Cockatoo Filth. Lovely. That's from his mandibles. And he gets sneak attack. Not here, though. I guess he's just going to be mandibles. Critical miss. This is not looking good for you, Zolzlerin. I guess he'll try a second time, and that's a miss. Would he flee? I don't know. He might close the door, though. Would he? No. It says he's frustrated. To me, that means he's acting illogically to just try and attack. Okay. Hagrin Wolf Snout. Now it said, hold on, that I count as adjacent. You occupy every square of your mount space for the purpose of making attacks. If you are a medium creature on a large mount, you could attack a creature on one side of your mount, then attack on the opposite side. Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. I need to... What? Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I was worried that it was like phrasing it that you couldn't attack diagonally normally, and that I'd been playing wrong this whole time. But no, you can attack diagonally. There's just some special rules if you have a reach weapon. Okay, so technically, like, I'm basically standing in this square next to Garziel, you know, as far as attacking is concerned. So, can we even be tripped? I assume you can trip flying creatures. You could still be on the ground. Right? Tripping a flying creature? They're saying they can... Okay, they're saying that when he's falling prone, he gets a fucking reaction to arrest his fall because he has a fly speed. Okay, sure. So we will, we need to add the trip action for sure. That's going to be important. Now, I have this macro. What happens if I execute that? That will just do the trip. Okay. Well, good. Yeah, good. That's a good macro. Can I put that in as shit? No? Yeah, see, the other one is an action that I can actually do. But I guess we could just put the trip down here. So we'll be using that from time to time. And I probably also could put the demoralize. Is there a demoralize? Yes. It's also a macro. Okay. I wonder if we can change the image here. Oh god, I have to find like a trip image. I don't know. Probably like a prone image or something you could use. There, the down arrow for going down to the ground. And then demoralize probably has a pretty obvious one. Oh, there's also this falling one. That would have been better. Oh, there's probably going to be like a really good one. There we go with this. Perfect. Okay. Right, so I failed the trip. I guess... Oh, I should probably make him my prey. So we'll do that. We'll make him our prey. And then we'll do a follow-up attack. Now we can do the flurry. And we miss. Well, I tried. So yeah, obviously I missed because it was a multiple attack. Thank you for telling me that. Alright, Wibble, snipe that little bitch out of the sky. Okay, it does that. It has to do that once. Okay, thank you. Well, yeah, that seems pretty good. So we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we get plus 10 now. So that is a hit. That is precision damage for 3. He takes no damage. What a little bitch. And then we'll reload. Alright, I don't think this guy's worthy of summoning an animal. So I suppose she will just, electric arc. 3d4. Look at that, pretty solid 10. And he will roll. And he takes half, so 5 damage. Cut right through that shit. And then her third action... Should we aid? Aid is usually only when you're next to your aider. Your AD, I should say. So I don't think you're really going to allow that one. I could guidance, though. Sure, buddy. Get guided. Alright, Garziel is going to first demoralize him. Intimidating prowess, guidance, hell yeah. Okay, success, excellent. So he's frightened. And then we will strike. We will hit. For a very low amount of damage, but 5 is better than nothing. And then we'll raise our shield. Okay, he's probably just going to try again to slash him. Critical miss. Solzarin, what are you doing? He's facing down a fucking rhino. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he probably could move further back into the room, but that risks him getting flanked or something. So I guess he'll sit where he is. Okay, Hagrin will, should we try and trip him again? Because it's fun. Or I could spit in his face. Fuck it, let's spit in his fucking face. 4d6. Okay, and he gets... Okay, why would you not mention the save portion? See, that's not a very well-coded ability, because it doesn't even mention the save DC, which is his spell DC of 16, but it should include that. And also, that spell DC is really not very good. So, yeah, he's almost certainly gonna succeed on that. He failed, shockingly. So he takes the full 15 damage and is dazzled until the end of his next turn. Until the end of Hagrin's next turn. Wow. Okay, and then Hagrin will swing. That wasn't even an attack, so... There you go, that's a hit. 3 damage. Yeah, the fact that both Garziel and Hagrin are using axes is probably not the best thing. I'll admit. But, yeah, I don't know. What do we got? We got a 12 plus, what, 10? I think we're fine shooting off that. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, I like that. 6 damage. He's nearly there. He'll reload. And then Botha will use another electric arc. It's hard to imagine that won't be it. Critical fail. Double damage. Dead. Nice. And encounter. Okay. That was pretty easy. I think he was supposed to surrender, but he didn't get a chance, so bummer for you. And now Garziel will open up this door as we move on. Because I don't think there was any treasure in there. A pair of hulking humanoid objects stands quietly in this chamber, each covered in a thick layer of dust. These two clockwork assistants once helped to maintain this level, but both are now broken beyond any hope of repair. With a successful DC-18 crafting or perception check, a hero identifies 8 small gemstones, worth 5 gold pieces each. Well, hell yeah, he's gonna do that. Plus 11. That's good enough. 8 small gemstones. So give that to him. Make sure you count that out 8 times. Boom, 40 gold right there. We're rolling in it. Easy money. Good thing we came here. Okay, last thing would be the Drake and the fucking brown mold in this tight corridor. It's either that or going into the water, which is kind of suicide. No matter what, it's kind of suicide, really. Or should we go up and try and lure the river drake out? Okay, we'll try doing it that way. So we're going to go here out to the pier. Ruined pier. Something like that, I suppose, works. These two will be... yeah, I don't know, something like that. They're kind of closer onto solid ground. No, but he comes out here. I don't know how we... but he'd come out under the water and come out this way. Okay, fine. We're specifically not in there. We're not visible. And I don't think he can kind of fit in here, so he'll come out this way. That's what's going to happen. Okay, and then Garziel is going to be slapping the water and all that sort of stuff, and we're going to make a racket. It's going to happen. Let it happen. I don't know if there's any other preparations we need to make. I guess Hagrid would recover his slime spit in the meantime. I mean, in that case, slime spit really worked out because he low rolled his reflex, and it was quite excellent. Most of the time, though, that spell DC is not very good. If we look at Botha's spell DC, it's 19. It's not drastically different, considering she is a dedicated spellcaster. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and put Runic Weapon on. Yes. Yeah, yeah, actually, I don't know about that because it's like you put it on and then the DM says like 2 minutes later, the river drake emerges from the water, and then your runic weapon is wasted. 1 minute is quite a short length of time, and it seems like across the board they wanted to really reduce the length of buffs. Because if you've ever played the like Owlcat games, you know how big pre-buffing is. And at the start of every adventuring day, you know, you just spit out 80 buffs that last the whole day. And they wanted to remove that and have just more like very short-term buffs that you have to apply kind of like during combat or right before you burst through a door or something like that. All right, so I'm gonna grab the River Drake token. Go here, make sure this is active. The River Drake. Would it be stealthy? Probably. Does it have a stealth? It has a stealth score. I guess it would probably try and be a little stealthy. So let's have it roll stealth against their perception. This will be its initiative. Okay, rolled 22. So now if no one's perception is higher than a 12, or is not a 12. Yeah, okay, so it is... Okay, and it'll get, like, right up to here. And now the thought is that it will go first, because it rolled nice and high. But that's not necessarily the case, because there's, like, a 30% chance that any one of them will go above it. Especially with the scouting buff. So they're kind of like... yeah, I mean, really, they should have gotten a bonus, because they're, like, they're waiting for it. They're on the lookout for it. But it's fine. I mean, then whatever. Okay. Yeah. So Garziel went first. He knows that something is up. His spidey sense is tingling. So he's going to just seek in the water immediately around him, which is quite a reasonable thought. So we're going to go to the seek action. I think it's just rolling a perception. Technically, the GM rolls privately. Okay. So that's against the stealth DC. Now, you'd think that that's his stealth check that he rolled. But again, it's never a roll-off. So it's always against his passive, which is 19. So he still failed, but it's not that far off. Okay, instead, then, Garziel will just raise his shield and make sure that he's as defensive a position as he could be. And there's not a whole lot else he can do to kind of prepare for the inevitable. So, that's that. Alright, and now the River Drake makes itself known. And starts by attacking. So it does have, it's got fangs, it's got a tail with 10-foot reach, it's got a tail lash reaction. And it's a reaction, it's an op against strikes or skill checks. So he could have actually used it when the Garziel was seeking. But that would be kind of pointless. Well, no, it wouldn't have been pointless if he... Yeah, it's probably the best case scenario for it. But then he would have been visible, and then Garziel would have been able to hit him. So it's fine. He wants the opening attack. He's got Caustic Mucus, 2 action. Spits a ball of Caustic Mucus up to a range of 50 feet that explodes in a 10-foot burst. Oh, he probably might start with that, to be honest. Let's go with that. He'll start here, and he's going to use Caustic Mucus to hit all these targets. They all have to roll a basic reflex save. I like that, I like that, I like that. I might like that. Okay, Brondu failed. So it's 4d6 damage. Pretty high roll. Well, no, it's mostly average. 14 is average. So, Garziel and Hagrid take half that number. And Brondu takes the full brunt of it. Ow. And then he also takes 1d6 persistent acid and a 5-foot status penalty to his speed. Now that's probably not going to include the... Yeah, so we gotta just throw this on. Okay. And then for his third action, if he were smart, in a world where this creature, where the DM is playing creatures as smart as possible, he would, of course, just swim away and hide and keep doing fucking ambush tactics until your party gets just flees. But no, he wants to eat these annoying people. So he's going to then use his tail at his full attack bonus, which is a miss. All right. Would not have been a miss at level 1 if you encountered it then. All right, Batha. I think we're just going to pop out with Electric Arc. I don't want to summon a scorpion into the water, although that's actually probably not that ridiculous. I just don't know how tough this creature is for us. All right, let's bring out the scorpion. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're going to use that. Distance of 30 feet. I can pop it right behind him. Cave scorpion. Bam! Okay, so that was our whole turn, and Scave Corpion. That's his fucking name now. Scave Corpion. He gets 2 actions, so he will immediately use his pincer and miss. And then he'll use another pincer and hit for 5 damage. He probably should have done the stinger instead, because he can't grab. Whatever. Wibble, Fizzle Crank. Devise that stratagem. 8. That's gonna miss, I'm pretty certain. We could use accidental shot. He does have his wand of heal in his hand, I guess. So he could heal Brondu. But it's 2 actions to do. It's a whole turn to do it. So there's actually not much I can do. I mean, I could quick tincture a smoke ball and throw it right into here to conceal them. Oh no, but it's... No, okay, you don't you instantly create a screen of thick opaque smoke centered on one corner of your space. So I could conceal me and Batha. I can't throw it over there. Yeah, there's just not a lot in this case. I could roll... Well, we could have rolled for his Arcana here to see if he gets a crit success on that. But it's unlikely. He needs a 19 or a 20 to crit on this. He did not. So yeah, I guess Wibble's not doing much. Alright, Hagrid. Unfortunately, he does have to give Brondu an action to move. So Brondu is gonna move here. And then Brondu's second action will be to use this support benefit. Yeah, because if Brondu attacks, it goes to my multiple attack penalty, and we don't really want that. So so now if Hagrid hits the Drake, it will become Clumsy 1 until the end of Hagrid's next turn. So Hagrid's second action then will be to target him as his prey, and his third action will be to swing and miss. So unfortunately, that didn't work out. Garziel, his first action will be to move. His second action will be to demoralize. I don't know why that wave beam is... Oh, because I must have them still over there. Intimidate that Drake. Yes. Alright, and then we will swing. Fuck. Should have raised my shield. Okay. It's going to use Draconic Frenzy. 1 Fang, 2 Tail Strikes in any order. Should have raised my shield. So let's do a Fang against him. Let's do a second Fang again. No, let's do a second Fang against Brondu. Hit. 17 damage. Yes, use Liberating Step. Please, save Brondu. 12 damage to Brondu. And then he's going to do a tail swipe to the Scorpion. Also a hit. Damn. Whew. Good. Doing a number to the animals around here. And he's got 1 more action. This is probably where he would move if I was having any sense of playing the monsters realistically. He's surrounded. But he's also relatively uninjured, and he kind of has a handle on it, to be honest. So maybe he wouldn't give a shit. And he'll just try and bite Garziel and fail. Okay, Botha will command the Scorpion to go. And the Scorpion will go... I don't know, do we want to try and poison this thing? Or do we want to try and grab it? Probably neither one's going to really work. But we'll go for the grab, maybe. Miss. Okay. And then... miss. Scorpion not doing too hot against this thing. Alright, her other 2 actions will be an Electric Arc. Actually, wait a minute. Should I heal instead? Should I heal Brondu? He's kind of likely to go down, and the Electric Arc's not going to do that much damage. Yes, I probably should heal Brondu. Nice. Okay, that's that. Wibble Fizzle Crank. Let's get that. Devise a stratagem. Fucking 7 again. I don't know what to do with this guy. I could just shoot. I mean, it's not very good. It's not very good, but I could just shoot rather than keep sitting around. Well, no, because if we shoot, we have to use that roll. And we already know the result. It's a miss. You're just wasting a bullet for literally no reason. You're better off just passing your turn. Unfortunately. I'm sure there's... well, probably eventually there's plenty of things you can do otherwise, but... yeah, for right now, there's just no reason. You know, he misses. Okay. Should we try spitting in his face? Sure, let's spit in his face. Okay, good, nice roll. He has to roll a reflex. And he's rolling against a 16. He got an 18, so he takes half the damage. And he is dazzled, I believe. He's dazzled for 1 round unless he wipes his eyes. Is this a homebrew spell or something I grab? I mean, it's in Foundry. It's here, so it can't be that ridiculous. Alright, but you're dazzled. And then his third action will be to swing. Oh yeah, baby. 9 damage. Good, good, good. I mean, it's sort of good. Okay, Garziel. Should we trip him? Is that what we do now? We trip? Sure, let's do a trip action. Plus 11. Ooh, we knocked his ass prone. Nice. Okay, so he's off guard. All good. All good. Nope, not a plus 10. It's a plus 5. But he's off guard, so that's a hit. 10 damage. Then we have a third action. Kind of like, can I sit on him or something? I mean, I would say raise shield, but honestly, he's not in that much danger. So maybe we just try. We have to roll a 17 or higher. We did. And we rolled max damage. And we killed it. Okay. Boom! Didn't even get a chance to retreat. Okay, end encounter. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Awesome. It's only worth 40 XP though at this point. We way out leveled it. Oh well. He's still, I mean, put up a fight. No doubt. Yeah, but overall not too shabby. I guess there is technically the matter of this mucus that he's going to have to save against. So we have to do this. Brondu takes 6 damage, but then he succeeds. Okay. I guess that's not too bad. And we can treat his wounds. And we're out here in the wonderful nature world, so we will just do this. We get natural medicine. We'll roll because it's going to be very hard to fail, and we might crit. We did not crit. Alright, it's not too bad. And while we're out here, I guess let's patch up Garziel as well. Not treat poison, thank you. While we're out here, just enjoying the world. Crit, heal 20, ridiculous. And we'll go ahead and get Agrin while he meditates to get his slime spit back. Which is, the slime spit's working. I mean, it's not doing too bad. For a focus spell, you can't complain. I mean, it's a lot better than fucking Botha's focus spells. Life Boost is kind of shit. Wilding Word is shit. His focus spell is awesome in comparison. So I don't know what to make of that. Okay, let's, I say we go under the pier here. And we go in that way. Because then, where are we? We're here. then we'll be here. Good, 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 good. And we will search this little area, so give us this perception check. Excellent. So we find this chest among the roots. We got the Retribution Axe. +1 Great Axe. Whenever a creature damages you with an attack, the skull changes its appearance to look like the face of that creature. You get a +2 circumstance bonus to your next damage roll against that creature before the end of your turn. Because the face reshapes each time you're damaged, you get the additional damage only if you attack the creature that damaged you most recently. Okay, so it's a +1 Great Axe. And I've noticed, and I noticed this when I was running through Lego through the beginner box with the smoking sword. So a weapon like this. Go to striking. Yeah, but I'm not so sure actually. It's definitely okay. There's no doubt that it has a potency rune, right? It's not applied here, just like it wasn't applied to the smoking sword in the beginner box, which is why I thought it was shit. But it definitely should have a +1 potency. Beyond that, though, I don't think it has a striking rune. Because a striking rune is a level 4 item. This is a level 3 item. And the striking rune alone costs 65 gold. And you also have to have the potency rune, which costs 35 gold. This costs 60 gold. So I think that this is just a +1 potency weapon. And then it has the extra effect here of the damage circumstance damage bonus. So yeah, I don't know why it doesn't have the potency rune on it, because it should. Again, much like the smoking sword, that's what makes it a +1 weapon. But it's very specifically just a +1 great axe, much like Garziel has a +1 orc neck splitter. To get a striking rune on it, it would then become a +1 striking great axe. So, yeah, that's what this is. It's a specific weapon. It's got a +1 potency rune and then a special effect. As it is, none of us really use great axes. Hagrid could. He certainly could, and it actually would be like a damage buff for him, but then he would miss out. He wouldn't be able to trip, because he wouldn't have a free hand. And not being able to trip kind of throws off his Titan Wrestler thing, but at the same time, this Titan Wrestler only matters if he's fighting huge creatures. And we also have Garziel now who can trip with his shield. So he probably benefits from it. I'll say that. Yeah. No, it's 1d12 instead of 1d8. Yeah, it's better. I mean, it's better. Okay, Wayfinder. Normally you have to be a member of the Pathfinder Society. There's a lot of text. It functions as a compass. It can hold a single Aeon Stone. You invest a Wayfinder in the Aeon Stone within it simultaneously. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what this does or what it is. I'm definitely going to sell it for 14 gold. I mean, unless I had an Aeon Stone. Which you're not giving me, so... We have a Wand of Magic Missile! Hey! I was going to make one of these. Alright, well, that's going to Wibble. And then the 36 gold goes to Wibble. Okay. That was a good deal. Okay, and meanwhile, Garziel is off exploring, and we come across this brown mold. A thick knot of roots hangs from the cavern roof over a muddy beach. Stone stairs lead up from the beach to the north. So the square just south of the bottom of the stairs, marked with a hazard token on the map, appears to contain only moldy roots, but is brown mold. Okay. So if fire comes within 5 feet of the brown mold, it expands into every square adjacent to its space. Uh-huh. And it can also emit cold. I mean, I guess it would... Hmm. I mean, I guess you'd move next to it and you'd roll stealth. You know, you'd roll perception against his 21 DC. And then you just do an encounter, I guess. But it's worth 8 XP. So I feel like let's just not bother. We'll save that for some other cooler time. With other people that can just walk into it. Okay, well, we want to go down to C01. So let's do that. We're going down to the library again. And these people don't exist. This is a false party, so don't worry about that. I think that's CO1 is... CO1 is, not that. Where the fuck is CO1? Oh, right here. Right, yes. Here we are. Okay, where were we going? We could go down these, this cave. Oh no, we didn't find this secret room, didn't we? I don't think I rolled this, actually. A 27 perception check. I don't remember that. Let's roll it. Probably gonna fail. Yep, critical fail. Wibble is just staring at this weird ghoul with us. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, now we could tell Growlgust is dead and he'll be friendly with us. And we get 30 XP for gaining him as an ally. I mean, he's a level 3 creature. He's not nothing. Could also just kill him. Because that's what we do. We kill everything. But let's move on. I don't think we've been into this main room over here. We can also try and kill Corlock again. Let's fucking kill Corlock. He embarrassed us last time. Okay, bit of a cramped room here. God, bit of a cramp. Jesus. But it's better than fighting them over there. The plan is, I guess, to like open this door and run back and just start pelting them. Maybe something like that. Okay, I'm gonna try that. So Garziel is going to kick open the door. At which point we immediately begin the encounter. This guy remembers us. He's waiting for us. Okay, Batha is going to spend 3 actions to summon an animal. We're going to get the caves. We're going to get Scave Corpian out again. And he's just going to wait there. He's not going to do anything. Wibble Fizzlecrank is going to make a long-range stratagem. 16. I think we will utilize that. Now, he probably has the lesser cover. I'll give him that. So we're going to give him -1 on this for the lesser cover. But it's still a hit. Sniped. Whoa, Nelly. 5 damage. No damage. It's a good start. Okay, Corlock. He's got his glaive, I remember, with his 10-foot reach, which is going to be a problem. And he can also reposition the dude. Yeah, Garziel is yeah. All right, plus 15. That seems like a lot of damage. 1d8 plus 7 plus 2d6 plus 1d6. What the fuck? Okay, well, yes, we're going to block that. It's 19 damage, reduced down to 9 damage, but we do take the bleed. Okay, and then he can reposition him over here. So that was 1 action. Then I guess he'll use his beard and miss. That's gotta piss him off. Oh, also we have Infernal Wound. Oh, I guess it counted that. Maybe? Included 1d6 bleed, and he's taking persistent damage for bleed. But I don't see the effect of Infernal Wound. That should be on. Okay, then he'll finish with a... I don't know. Can he use a claw? I don't think he can use a claw attack. Because this glaive is a 2-handed weapon, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if enemies, creatures follow all the same rules like that. But he'll try again with the beard. Okay. Oh, actually, ignores the multiple attack penalty. So that would actually be 10 higher at 26. Which would be a hit, fortunately. We will roll damage for his beard. Ow. And then it has a Vernal Fever, so Garziel has to roll DC 23 Fortitude. No problem, thankfully. No, you know what? I just noticed this one day, sort of period. I completely forgot about that, like, goblin pox or whatever that one disease I had that lasted like a week. Completely forgot about that. Okay, Garziel. I mean, we know already for a fact that this thing has an op. So Garziel is going to move. Yes, and Corlock will use his attack of opportunity, which is a melee strike against the triggering creature, which will be his glaive, I imagine. Bold. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's pretend I raised my shield first before moving, because that would be smart. Christ. I imagine he does get the reposition on it. So he'll reposition. Actually, that would have occurred before I left my square. So he actually repositions me here. And now I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'll just move here. Shit. Alright, and Hagrin Wolf Snout. Doesn't have many options, to be honest. We need to kind of wait. I could spend the time to draw my bow and shoot it and probably miss, and then, you know, that whole debacle. Would be one action to swap my axe, and then one action to fire, and then I could swap back. Or we could mark him as our prey, swap to the bow, and then fire. And I guess that would work. So we'll do that. Whoops. Arrows. We're within 30 feet from here? Really? I guess that is the problem with a fucking longbow. We're always going to be within 30 feet. Shit, I should have got a composite short bow. It would not have mattered for this roll, but there you go. Okay, Botha. Do I even have a heal? I have a heal. So we're going to heal. Alright, and then we're going to move here. Wibble Fizzlecrank. Just going to devise a stratagem. That's a hit. There's not much I can do to bump anything up as far as damage is concerned, so we'll just fire. Roll well. There you go. 6 damage. This guy's a beast, man. Level 5. Jeez. Okay, Corlock's gonna move in. So 5, 10, 15. I think he does have to go here. And he's still got his sights set on Garziel, because why wouldn't he? This interloper. So he's going to use his glaive. And he missed, so no reposition there. And then he'll use Wriggling Beard. So he gets to just to make a free beard strike, or not a free beard, but he gets to make a beard strike always at full bonus. 9 damage. And he has to roll for this shit again. Probably fail one of these times. Not today. Okay, good. Garziel. Now we gotta try and trip this bastard, right? Yeah, let's try and trip him. No, wait a minute. Let's demoralize him first. Make him feel bad about himself. It's like it. No. Okay. Now we'll trip him. Oh yeah, knocked his ass prone. And then I should probably raise my shield and let other people capitalize on. No, because Hagrid actually won't be able to attack him. Well, I don't know, because it's like I can treat it as difficult terrain. So, like, technically I can be in that spot. I don't know exactly how this works. Like, overall, I think the mounted rules and stuff are all pretty simple. And I would just say that I probably can't I probably can't just stand there. Because I would be sharing a space with a creature, and you can't if you're sharing a space with a creature, your action has to be to move. So that's really the main thing. I can't stand there. So Garziel is going to have to move if we want Hagrid to do a turn. Unless I just sit here and shoot my bow over and over, which is a terrible idea. So I guess Garziel's going to move, which gives Corlock the op. So he will, of course, use his glaive. Even though he is prone. But that does not... Okay, critical miss. Awesome. That's that. Oh, I didn't read that and I didn't do that. A spellcaster or item attempting to use healing magic on a creature suffering from an infernal wound must succeed at a DC 21 counteract check, or the magic fails to heal the creature. A counteract check. Well, that's another thing to look up. Isn't that fun? Counteracting. Add the relevant skill modifier or other appropriate modifier to your check against the target's DC. Okay. So... this is probably the spellcasting skill associated with whatever spell it is. So for heal, that's primal. It's nature. So she has to roll nature and get a 21 or higher. Otherwise, we have to undo that. Okay, she got 23. Thankfully, we don't have to undo that. But yeah, holy shit, that infernal wound is nasty. Okay, that's that. And he took 5 more damage, and he has to actually roll a crit if nothing else happens to remove that bleed. That is nasty. Hagrid's going to order a command to Brondu to move there. And then Brondu will do his support ability to make this guy clumsy if Hagrid hits him. And then Hagrid will just swap with one action. And strike with his final action. Doing damage. We haven't seen a D12 roll yet. That's nice. Okay, so that's 13 damage, which is really 8. This is going quite poorly. And he's also clumsy. 1. Okay. Botha is going to issue command to the Scorpion. Scave Corpion himself. Who is going to... I mean, he's really not going to succeed on either one. The 15 fort versus the 13 athletics. I mean, neither one's really going to work. So I guess we'll just try and do the pincer. And fail. And a second pincer is a success. So no grab opportunity there. But hey, he did 5 damage. Because he's fucking resistant to everything except silver. And he's very resistant to poison. Not so resistant to holy. Who's got that? Maybe Garziel would lay on hands or something, but... Okay, let's roll our devise a stratagem. It's a 2. Well, we're not doing anything with that. Can we help Garziel in any way? Administer first aid or something? Administer first aid. I'd have to be holding or wearing a healer's toolkit. I am not. So there's nothing I can do about that. I could whip something up. The elixir of life. And then I could pour it down his throat. That's probably our best bet. So we'll do that. We'll use up one of the versatile vials. And make an elixir of life. Yeah, maybe I could target him and it would probably work that way. But here you go, he'll use the elixir of life. Heals for 4. And gets... Not Corlock! Damn it! You get the elixir of life benefit. There you go, Wibble doing stuff. Okay, Corlock does not like this big rhino in his dungeon, so he's going to target Brondu with the glaive. Oh, no, he's probably going to stand, actually. That would make the most sense. So he'll stand. He does not have Elixir of Life. Then his second action will be a glaive. Crit on Brondu. This might be how he dies. He really low rolled, but it's still 35 damage. Dude, Corlock is nuts. How are you just gonna put this on the 3rd level? What the fuck? I feel like just save scummy right now, and we don't need to play this out, because I don't think I'm gonna beat him. And now Garziel is basically tainted for life. I feel like he's kind of here so you don't fight him. Okay, so this post is talking about hero points. And the top comment here, someone coming in here kind of complaining about Abomination Vaults and how much they're dying over and over and over and how difficult it is and blah, blah, blah. And the top comment is, are you all using hero points? So many RPGs nowadays, including D&D 5th edition and, you know, Shadow of the Demon Lord and Pathfinder and plenty of others, use this sort of, what do they call it? There's like a general term for it. It's, what the fuck do they call it? It's some sort of like player currency or something like that. I've heard a generic term for all this. I don't remember what it is. But basically, it's some sort of currency that you accumulate that's kind of non-diegetic. So it's very much like this abstract thing that you can accumulate. And it's a way to mitigate generally poor rolling. Because, especially in D20 games, you are going to have poor rolls. And the worst feeling in the world is when you have something set up, you have some big action set up that you've prepared for, you're all excited for, whatever the case might be, in combat, out of combat, whatever it might be, some big thing, but it comes down to random chance of a dice roll that could make it or break it, save you or fuck you, whatever. And then you roll, maybe not even a 1, maybe you just roll a 2 or a 3 or whatever, and that's still shit. And that's, depending on the type of thing you're doing, I mean, you may only have like a 50-60% chance of success. A lot of these games, they build the math specifically around like 60-65% chance of success in combat or whatever. Because they have found that that's generally the sweet spot for how a game should function. If it's lower than that, players always get too frustrated, they're failing too much, it's no fun for anybody. If it's higher than that, everything just kind of goes as planned and it's too easy and blah, blah, blah. But nevertheless, you can still fail at crucial moments and it just feels awful. And so that's why, a lot of modern games now have this currency that's just there, like a little bit of a cheat code. It's like a little bit of a save scum almost, to just kind of save your evening, really, so that you're not like, oh, I can't believe I fucked that up. Oh my god. Instead, it's like, oh man, I'm so glad I had that hero point, and that would have been awful if I had not, if I didn't have that. But thanks to that, everything was great, and I had a great time. That sort of thing. The overall sort of emotion of your evening, or what have you. So generally, I ignore these things. I don't think when I did play 5th edition D&D, I don't think I ever used inspiration. When I was Shadow of the Demon Lord did have an optional rule for fortune points or something like that. We never used that. When I was DMing that for my family, I mentioned originally to them fortune points, and I explained it, and they all seemed pretty excited, but then they soon forgot, because I never reminded them, because I don't think about it. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if 4th edition D&D had stuff like that. I don't really remember. It is definitely more of a modern concept, so I haven't really embraced it. And I don't know why. It just doesn't... It's just not something I think of. It's not something I ever think of having, I've always just been a slave to the dice rolls, but things could be better. So obviously I've been seeing hero points mentioned all over the place. It's at the top of all of our character sheets, hero points. But I just ignored it because I didn't think, whatever. It's not really necessary, right? But according to this comment right here, this top comment, it says, it's like 5th edition inspiration, if you're familiar with that optional rule, except it's not optional in Pathfinder 2nd edition. It's built into the expectations of the system to help with bad rolls sometimes. So, what are the rules for hero points? If we did try to embrace them. This is what it says. Your heroic deeds earn you hero points, which grant you good fortune or let you recover from the brink of death. Unlike most aspects of your character, which persist over the long term, hero points last only for a single session. The GM is in charge of awarding hero points. Usually each character gets 1 hero point at the start of a session and can gain more later by performing heroic deeds, something selfless, daring, or beyond normal expectations. You can have a max of 3 hero points at a time, and you lose any remaining hero points at the end of a session. You can spend them in one of 2 ways. Neither of them is an action. You can spend them even if you aren't able to act. You can also spend one on behalf of your familiar or animal companion. So 1 is to spend 1 hero point to re-roll a check. You must use the second result. This is a fortune effect, which means you can't use more than 1 hero point on a check. And also, it doesn't... if you already used a fortune effect, you can't reuse it. Or use, 2 effects. The other effect is spending all of your hero points, at least 1, to avoid death. Whenever your dying condition would increase, you can spend the points, lose the dying condition entirely, and stabilize with 0 hit points. You don't gain the wounded condition or increase its value from losing the dying condition this way. So that's it. It's a very, it's as streamlined, as simple a system as possible. You get 1 hero point at the start of every session, rather than breaking up it into days or weeks or arcs like 13th Age 2nd Edition or something like that. It's just every session of play, you get your 1 hero point, and it always resets back to 1 at that point. And then if you get more, that's for people that are really going to try and embrace it or game, try and, or if a DM is really interested in utilizing the system more and helping them out and blah, blah, blah. It's there. But most of the time, I guess you're going to have 1 at the start of each session for each character. And most of the time, you're probably going to use it to re-roll. And that's most of the time all you really want is just, please, for God's sake, let me re-roll this shit. And you can't use it to make an enemy re-roll or something like that. So I can't use it for Corlock to re-roll that crit or something. Not that he would. Brondu has a fucking 16 armor class. It's atrocious. But yeah, so most of the time, you're just going to re-roll 1 botched roll you had that was just garbage. I'll try to remember that it exists. I did remember, Wibble's halfling thing. But yeah, it's just a bit of an alien concept for me, so I will probably forget. But yeah, Brondu has 27 health, even with liberating step, which will reduce it by 5. He'll still go down. I don't know what quite happens to Hagrid. I assume he goes prone. I mean, we could look that rule up, but that's how it is in 1st edition, and it makes the most sense. And so at that point, how would the rest of the combat play out? That was his 2nd action because he stood up. His 3rd action would be probably hitting Hagrid with the beard. Brondu's probably dead because he's gonna have the infernal blood on him. The infernal wound. And there's no way we're getting that off of him. So we're probably gonna have to spend a week in downtime anyways. And then he would probably, I mean, I guess he may as well. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could just make him prone. I don't think. I'm surprised it doesn't say it here during mounted combat. If a mount is knocked out, the rider might be able to dismount without trouble if the mount was stationary. They also recommend GMs don't target mounts. Oh, shit. I guess that makes sense. Usually in films and stuff, I mean, it does happen, I guess, where the mounts they get shot, or horses get shot and tumble over, or they like charge into a spear line or something, and something happens to them. Um, um, and that would help a lot because Agron does have more health and more AC. So I guess we'll do that from now on, and once Brondu comes back. But actually, so what people are saying is that you don't. The rule is you don't actually fall prone. I'm so used to that from like the Owlcat games. But if your mount is stationary, you just kind of stand there. And I think we like dismount. No. Stop it. Stop doing that. I didn't see a way to dismount. N is mount. Dismount. Okay. So now he's dismounted. And we'll say he's here. Easy. Okay, and then Corlock is going to use his wriggling beard against him. Critical hit, of course. For 18 damage. I guess we will use Liberating Step on that, because why not? Get out of here, Brondu. Nobody cares about you anymore. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. No, not... Brondu's definitely dead. There's no doubt about that, but... Okay, there you go. 13 damage to Hagrid. And then Vernal Fever needs to be rolled. Plus 10. Nice. Okay, no problem. Good. And that is going to be his turn. So then we go to Garziel, who probably should not go in there, but if we're gonna win this, we gotta get him knocked down and just beat the shit out of him. So he's gonna move in. He's gonna go for the trip, which is this. He knocked him down. So he actually crit. Damn. Which would mean that he takes 1d6 damage from the fall. But, yeah, his resist 5 physical is annoying. But still, pretty good. Then I think I could swing, but I'm probably better to raise my shield and hope that he targets me. Okay, Hagrid. Hagrid is just going to swing away, man. There's not much else he can do. He's on the ground. This is everything we want. We're going to use Flurry. We could use Slime Spit, but no. Now's the time for our revenge. Missing on the first roll with a 2. Big oof. Come on, he's never going to be weaker than this. Come on. Do it! No! That's no damage! Fuck! Dude, Corlock is insane. He's insane! How is this an encounter? Alright, Both is going to have Scathed Corpion try. And we'll go for the grab, I suppose. Okay, he hit. No damage, but now I can attempt to grapple. That's going to be a failure. Yeah, his Fortitude DC is 25. Jesus. And then Botha's second action will be Electric Arc, I guess. Great. We have him, like, staggered. Maybe. Okay, devise a stratagem. Come on now. Roll big. Fucking hell. There's nothing he can do. No, I could use accidental shot. That would be our best bet. So we're gonna roll twice on the d20 roll. And we're adding like 6 to this or something. Okay, we got a 15. So our normal without anything else is 5 plus 1 plus 1, so 7. So that's a 22 against his AC, which is definitely a hit. Even with lesser cover here, that's 21, which is a hit because he's off guard. So we can roll damage for this, but not 1d6, unfortunately. The ideal aspect... Fuck. The ideal aspect of accidental shot is twice the odds of critting, but... Okay, Corlock is, he's getting pretty pissed. He's gonna stand. And he's gonna target Garziel with his, oh, his glaive, I suppose. Why wouldn't he? Critical miss. Oh, boy. But then he does get the wriggling beard at full plus 15 as well. That is a hit. We will be shield blocking, so we will take no damage. Now, I would argue that if my shield blocks all of the damage from an attack, I shouldn't have to roll against the affliction. Oh, okay. That's apparently the rule? Yeah, okay, that's apparently the rule, which is good, because it makes sense. So it should be the rule. And at my table, that would be the rule. Okay, excellent. Go fuck yourself, Porlock. We got that. Got that by the ass. Okay, Garziel now. We're going to go for the trip again, because it's certainly our best bet. And we got him prone again. Trip, trip, trip. It's amazing. Fucking off guard all melee, and he has to waste an action, so he's basically slowed. Yeah, trip supremacy is what I say. Alright, let's go for an attack here, because we're here. We hit. Alright. He actually takes 10 damage from that. Why? Oh. Does Garziel count as holy, doesn't he? Because he's a champion. That's listed somewhere. Deific weapon. No, that's not it. I could have sworn something counted him. Yeah, you gain the holy trait and add it to any strikes you make. Oh, man. He could attack again. This guy's got a 19 AC. Currently. So I'd have to roll a 14 or better. But he is going to stand, and he is going to hit me. So, much better to just raise my shield. Alright, Hagrin Wolf Snout. Okay, that's getting... It's getting worse, man. It's getting worse. Hagrin Wolf Snout. We gotta just... He was the last creature to damage me. Yeah, he was. Fuck this guy. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh my god, Hagrin! I mean, his numbers are perfectly fine. It's just shitty rolls. Let's rewind it. No, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm going to remember this now. Let's rewind to that first shot. I'm going to use my fucking hero point on Hagrid, and I'm re-rolling his first attack he did. Enough of this nonsense. There you go. Fat lot of good it did me. Great. Okay. Botha will, of course, spend 2 actions. We know we're never getting the grab, so let's just go for his other... his stinger. Miss. And his other stinger. Okay. Scorpion is just... I mean, that is the problem. Really, the animal summons and stuff like that are good when you're fighting a lot of weenies, not the big badasses. Okay. Devise a stratagem. Oh my god. No, it's nothing. It's a miss. It's a miss. He needs a 9 or better. Yeah, he needs a 9 or better. There's a 55% chance. He's failed 3 times in a row. I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to... Oh, he actually has the Dimension Door as a 4th rank spell that he could just pop out. So he could actually... I mean, yeah. So, that, you know... That's the thing, like... So much of combat in a system like this is kind of based on the DM and how nice they are. If I was a fucking dick, like, this wouldn't even be a fight. Like, I would have Dimension Doored next to Botha, slaughtered her, you know, slaughtered Wibble, and then whittled down the other 2 so they have no support. And it would have just been like, yeah, sorry, guys. Obviously, you know, he's way past your level, so he's just going to destroy you. Whereas I'm playing him as dumb as possible, really, where he's just standing here and he keeps getting tripped and he's just trying to beat the shit out of the heavily armored target, you know. So, whatever. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Wibble, I don't know what he's doing. I moved him up and... I could make another elixir of life, but I think I actually needed to roll that counteract thing for that to heal him, and I don't know. I don't know. Actually, smoke ball would be pretty good in this situation. So I guess let's spend an action to quick tincture up a smoke ball. Okay, Corlock. He stands again. He's fucking Looney Tunes. He's gonna target Garziel. He's gonna use his glaive. He's gonna repeat the same actions over and over, but this time he hits. So there's that. And a decent roll, and you know, decent enough. Yeah, Garziel will of course block it to his best of his ability, but he is nearly dead. He's at 4. So even if Corlock misses with this, the bleed will probably get him. But he will miss. Okay. All right. That's his turn. Yeah, Garziel will attempt the trip again. Because that's what we do. Ooh, failure. It is a huge benefit to the whole team, though, if I do it. So... gotta do it again with a -5. Yeah, it's a lot harder now. Fuck, I was one off. Okay, and then I think my third action... I mean, Lay on Hands is 6 health. But I think I'd have to do the counteract check. Which is just insane. So I think Garziel's going down at this point. There isn't much I can do. So we either do another... We can't do much. We actually can't do much. The third trip attempt would be at a +1, so I'd only do it on a 19 or 20. 10% chance to trip him. We do have Orc Ferocity, though. So we will be still standing after this turn, even if I do take 4 damage from the bleed. But the shield doesn't really matter that much in that context, because I'm still going to go down. So, I mean, it might prevent me from... No, this guy can't insta-kill me, right? Right? I don't know. I guess we'll try for the third trip, because really, what else am I going to do? The only other thing I could maybe do is use Lay on Hands on Hagrid. But we're just going to... 10%. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I should have used the hero point on the first trip. Damn. Yeah, I should have used the hero point on the first trip. I would have succeeded. Fuck. Alright, I only took 1 damage from the bleed. So, Orc Ferocity will still be able to help us a little bit. We'll get 1 more turn, probably. Maybe. Hagrid. I guess Hagrid could attempt the trip. But no, he's two-handing his axe now. So we were basing everything on Garziel. So I guess he's just got to swing. He's got to swing for everything he's worth. Alright, he hits on the first one at least. Unfortunately, he's not a holy man, so... That's 9 damage. We're very close. We're so close. I think we might do it, but... I don't know who's gonna survive. And that's a miss. And the third one is a miss. Damn. Okay, Botha is gonna give the Scave Corpian an order. Ooh, did he just crit? Oh, the Scave Corpian crit! It's not much, but it's something. Oh, wait a minute. He also has to roll for the poison. He's got to roll for the venom. He has to roll a 1 to fail this, by the way. He critically succeeded. No problem. Okay. And Scorpion missed the other one. And then we'll do a Electric Arc. We're just desperate to bring this guy down, and then we'll worry about Garziel and how to keep him alive. Full damage. 8 damage. That's it. Got it. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. That was... Dude, that's a moderate threat. That's insane. And I don't even know how to, like, keep Garziel alive. Like, what combination of actions do I have to do here? It all comes down to this administer first aid. So it's a medicine check. So the medicine check, if we succeed on that, the DC for his roll becomes 15 instead of 20, which is certainly far more manageable. But more importantly, we do need to just heal him. Now, Wibble's medicine, I think, is okay. No, he's not. It's the one thing I didn't train in. No, I guess I didn't train in a lot of stuff. But okay, so Wibble is probably going to try and just heal him. I have the wand of heal, so we're going to use, we're going to use the trick magic item. So we have to use nature, I think? Or is it our... well... it's divine or primal. So it's nature or religion. Well, they're both 7, so I guess let's just roll plus 7. And we have to... the DC is based on the item level. Okay, we made it. We're fine. So now I can spend my other 2 actions to use it. And I don't know... I think I'd have to roll a second time for the counteract. I don't think that roll carries through. Because that's just the trick, unfortunately. It's really shitty. You don't have like a... no. I was hoping he might have just like an antidote. Yeah, the counteract check is its own thing. So let's roll that first, which is going to be the same thing. DC 21, though. So we do not have great odds of succeeding here. We rolled a 3. Let's use our hero point, I guess. Why not? We've got this all set up. Nope, still a failure. So we use the wand. We did all that, but it just fails to heal him. Because it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane, man. Holy God. Okay, we're on Garziel's turn. So, there's not much he can do, and we were really hoping to get a medicine check, because now he still has to roll a 20. He's gonna try to lay on hands on himself as many times as he can. He also has potions, but I don't know what the potion rolls with. Yeah, I don't... that doesn't make much sense. Here, rules, discussion, infernal wounds, and healing potions. We get a nice whole thread about it. Counteract checks are really kind of clunky. Wait a minute, it's a... wow. They have a whole thread here, we didn't get a fucking answer? This person's suggestion is taking the standard DC for the level of the potion, such as, for this one, it's an 18, because it's level 3, subtracting 10, and you get plus 8, and that's what you roll for the counteract. And, that seems to be... I mean, someone else agreed with that. But that's the only, that's the only discussion we get on it. Wow, okay. This is apparently the old version of Infernal Healing. They've actually changed it with the remaster because they felt it was too strong. So they actually took it away from the Barbazu or Infantry Devil, now called Vordine. I wonder if that's what this guy is. You think he's a Barbazu? You a Barbazu? If they take it away from Barbazu and this guy's a Barbazu, then I'm just ignoring it. Dude, this guy is a fucking Barbazu. These images of Barbazu, that's Corlock. That motherfucker is a Barbazu. They decided it's too strong of ability. They took it away from him. I agree. So I say fuck it. He doesn't have infernal wounds anymore. Remove his bleeding. He's fine. We won. Fuck you. That's the official Mang ruling on it. Hey, get rid of bleed. Done. And no more infernal wound. Took 3 of those. Jesus. Oh boy. Okay. That was rough. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. And we did win. So I can't say too much of it, but I did play him extremely stupid. As I said, he would have normally been a lot harder. But even still, I mean, he's just a hard enemy. A level 5 creature that can just thrash you. So I don't know. So we nearly lost Garziel. We lost Brondu. So we're going to have to go spend a week in town. And during that time, I probably will do some amount of crafting and earning some income. I guess Agrin and Wibble will search this room. Does he speak common? Oh, he does. So yeah, I don't think their intention actually is for you to fight. I mean, he does attack them if they attempt to leave. But like this is one of the first enemies they encounter. One of the first, not the first. Boss Scrog didn't, you know. Or did Boss Scrog just attack him? I don't remember. No, I don't remember the exact specifics. But yeah, he doesn't immediately attack him, and he actually talks in common. You know, and he comes off as really just kind of bored and a little frustrated. So they might actually chat with him. And he'll admit his frustration, you know, if they do, that without access to his contract, he can't study it for a loophole. And he'll actually let them go, but he'll arrest them if they return without his contract. And he suspects it's hidden somewhere in the library. And then he discovers that his contract's actually done. And he tells them of other devils in the Abomination vaults. And then he disappears back to hell. Yeah, and then presumably you get the same amount of XP. So that's definitely what you should do. But I think, like, if you just flee from him, that's also okay. Like, you recognize, like, this is not a good fight. And you just flee. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you just attack him and try and win, like, Jesus. Better be prepared. Especially that first time we encountered him. It's just ridiculous. Okay, and then in the prison here, an overturned chamber pot lies next to a rectangular patch of fungus that might have once been a mattress in the corner of this room. A skeleton is just visible within the fungus. The skeleton is all that remains of Belcor's first chef, a hapless man who had the misfortune of overspicing a meal. Perhaps due to some lingering effect of the fastidious chef's spirit, the fungus here is not only edible, but rather tasty. Interesting. Okay, well, that's gonna do it for today. End encounter, yes. We will take our 80 XP. Okay. So now we're going to be, you know, going through the rest of the third level next time. And we are third level, so it's kind of working out that way. And there's 10 levels. So, you know, I don't know if it'll keep up exactly one-to-one like that, but we'll see. Yeah, we're doing okay. I mean, we're certainly fudging things. But I'm glad I didn't, like, save scum this fight. And I was like, fuck it, we're gonna kill Corlock. I mean, there was, like, no reward. You get nothing out of it. It's really clear that they don't really want you to fight Corlock. He's just there to be this tough, big enemy that you can just kind of talk to and help out. But I don't know how to impress that onto players that much. If they're just like, oh, well, we're just gonna kill everything. Like, okay. Good luck, I guess. We could take his glaive, but it's not worth a whole lot. And he doesn't have much else. But we did certainly see a bit of trip supremacy there. I like that. I like that plenty. Alright. So I'm gonna... I'll go back to town. We'll spend a week there to get Brondu back. Heal up. Earn some money. As for... crafting... I don't know. Probably some scrolls. I think I'll be looking up some good scrolls. And Wibble will have a decent little collection of scrolls he could potentially use. So he can be kind of a skill monkey. And a scroll monkey. Yeah, so... They're not too expensive, at the very least. They're 4 gold. So... I don't know if there's rules for, like, batch crafting. Or if you have to spend 1 day. For every single item. But either way, I mean... If we just do the 1 day... And we want to make 7 scrolls... You know, they each cost 4. But we do have to have someone... I believe, yeah, we have to have someone that can actually cast the spell. But there are NPCs in town that could help with that. So. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. My name is Mang. Game watching has been Pathfinder 2nd Edition Abomination Vaults. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.